So, welcome back to the Village Hall from Page to Stage. I'm your host, Mr. Matt Ogden. This man right here is Mr. Richard Sykes, the writer of this brand new chaotic musical comedy. And in between us, Rich, our little sandwich of today is Lauren, our choreographer. Hello.
Hi guys.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Very warm.
It is very
we've
warm.
Got this lovely Tory Fanta, as some people call it. San Pellegrino. It's delicious, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, we are filming this on a very hot bank holiday. And we're coming up to the final 5 rehearsals for the Village Hall. Yeah, it's come on nice and quick, hasn't it? But I think we're in a great space. We've started running. We've run Act 1, we've run Act 2, and tonight we're going to try and run the whole thing. Our wonderful director, Neil, has returned from his cruise. So he's going to see it for the first time in 2 weeks, which we cannot wait for. And at the moment, I can tell you that we're filming this at around 6 o'clock in the evening. And all the cast of principals has gone to Patrick's house to rehearse before the rehearsal.
Oh, really?
So these people
wow.
are obsessed, and I love it. Absolutely brilliant.
The pre-Village Hall
The
rehearsal.
pre-Village Hall Village Hall rehearsal. Very nice. Hosted by the vicar.
That's just like holy match for a minute.
I do hope they stage it like the committee meeting, but we'll see. We'll see.
They're all sat around a big table.
But we have not just Lauren today. We have Becky, who's
a double header.
Yeah, from the theatre. She's the director of the theatre, and she'll be dropping in to explain exactly what her role is in the Village Hall.
But we'll get to Becky in a bit.
Yes.
So, Lauren, you said yes to coming on the podcast, despite the fact that we thought you wouldn't say yes.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved with dance, obviously, but then getting involved in choreographing shows.
So dance journey was a very, very, very long time ago.
How long? Go
Well,
on.
you're younger than me, so it's not that long ago.
Let me do maths. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
28 years ago.
That's not a very long time ago. I'm sorry. Don't count.
27 and a half years ago.
We've got one of our cast who has joined us back this time, who first started with Woodhouse 50 years ago. So it's not a long time at all.
Okay, that makes me feel better about life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not old, but you know that's what this podcast's all about: celebrating old people as well as young people.
That's why I'm here.
Right. So, 27 and a half years ago, you were first stepping onto the scene.
Yeah, so good old baby ballet back in the day, and then just everything dancing since.
When did you make the switch to choreography?
I was about 24, 25, and it was
a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And it was pretty much like I needed a new challenge. I love the creativity of the dance world and things like that. And I just fancied a new challenge.
You do suit it.
What do you mean?
It's fantastic to watch you work. I've said it many times on the podcast.
Yes.
That it's a real thrill watching you, because you don't necessarily come with a set plan that you keep to. You say, if that doesn't look right, I'm going to change it and do this.
Yeah.
That's been a feature of your choreography throughout your time with Woodhouse. I've loved watching it because it's like the routine evolves. It's great to see.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, like there's so much you can do and write on a piece of paper and look, and you can so much imagine what's in your brain, but it's not until you've got 40 people in front of you that you're kind of like, that don't work, or da-da-da-da-da, or sometimes the choreography might look too easy or too hard or something, so you've got to kind of be adaptable to be able to figure out what looks best all round for everybody. And
is it balancing talent as well? Because obviously it's an amateur show.
It's a total different ballgame.
Yeah, so you coming up with all this complex choreography that you've got all your years of dance school experience to kind of draw on. Yeah. Is it a lot of it? Is it kind of going, right, how do I make the good people look good and the not so good people look almost as good?
I think, if I'm being totally honest, it's finding your middle ground. So trying to push those people that struggle. But try and keep your dancers entertained,
interesting,
interesting enough, but making it look as an all-rounder. We don't want anything, that's the whole point of musical theatre at the end of the day, and you're wanting to put something on as a show, and you want to see everybody involved.
Yeah.
So it is kind of that
I think choreography's evolved in amateur theatre for me
100%.
because when I started out, not being a dancer, I would be frequently stuck at the back clicking my fingers and swaying around, which is something that Woodhouse specifically try very, very hard not to do and try to
100%.
involve everyone.
That is true. There are societies, we won't name names, but there are societies out there where you will get these other dancers.
Yeah.
They do the dancing.
Yeah.
The rest of you just shuffle off into the corner somewhere and try not to ruin this scene.
I do. The people in the cast will probably say I do push them to their limits. I do give them a good challenge, but I think that's good as well. Like, and making sure that everyone, like you say, everyone's got the equal opportunity to show and obviously I do have those times where you're more capable, let's say, break out, but then everybody will always be involved no matter what. We've not got no, as much as they'll hate it, we've not got no like step clickers.
No.
Everyone's in it. So some people will be like, oh, I'll be happy step clicking. Nope. In you go.
Especially in this show,
Yeah.
where it's in the round. There is absolutely no hiding.
Was that something that you kind of had to adapt your approach to? Because obviously I've been in a couple of shows that you've choreographed, 2, 3, something like that you've choreographed, and you know I can say firsthand that you don't kind of let us get away with the little things. Was it Adam's Family?
Probably.
Yeah, there was this little movement that was like this, and there was all sorts of clicks, and I was like, oh my god, I'm never going to get this.
But you
'Cause I
did.
had 6 weeks to learn it, and then you were like, no, it's like this, and anyway, it kind of all comes together. But with that, it was very much, everyone's front facing, there's a cross arch, and everyone's kind of seeing what's happening as it's there. So if you were someone like Richard who wants to hide at the back, you could go and hide at the back.
100%.
But with this...
Oh, that's not been that's not happened.
No.
Having said that, it's a different sort of dance style because
totally
occasionally you're parodying dance styles. Is that something you've done before?
You know what? I'll happily say no. It's been a bit of a challenge actually, and having to use 4 sides rather than just one or anything like that.
I think you've had more than 4 sides to deal with. Not like the drama, not like the acting. You've had to think about what it looks like from above.
Yeah.
Because effectively you've got people looking down on it as well.
Yeah.
So you have this sort of Busby Berkeley sort of routines and lots of circles and things and shapes. It's great to watch.
So what kind of dance styles have kind of weaved themselves into this village?
What hasn't, Richard?
I gave her a list before we started.
No. Let's just rewind.
Okay.
So when we were in Boogie Nights, he was like, "It's not that much of a big job, Lauren. Honestly, like you'll really enjoy it." And then we sat down. I think it was the Thursday night.
Classic Richard.
In the middle of one of the shows, we were sat downstairs in Boogie Nights, watching backstage, and he went, "Right, so while you're here," and just went, I was like, "So such a small job then, Richard." And
Well,
he was
the
like,
thing is,
"Yeah."
the dit, it wasn't naming numbers, it was naming styles.
Yeah.
So Lauren has had to master line dancing.
Yep.
There's been some ballet in this. There's
baby ballet experience.
This is true. I mean, we've had to do Highland dancing as part of this as well.
I knew about that one.
Yeah.
And the line dancing.
Yeah, and it's just, and also she's had to parody a pantomime. So it was a hell of a list and a hell of a thing to put on Lauren.
Don't forget the yoga in the rounds.
The yoga in the round was
Yeah.
interesting as well. Yeah.
That's the one, the aerial one, matters the most, isn't it?
I don't I suppose so. If you are downward dogging, you've got... No, I don't want to go into it.
I was hinting at it, but he just outward said it. But
Of course.
There has been a lot of learning to do from myself, a lot of research to do, because yes, I've taught umpteen styles, but I can say that I've never ever taught Highland dancing.
No. Until now.
Or line dancing actually. So having to look at the styles and the different things and making sure as well, I really wanted to make sure that they were technically correct. Like, I didn't want to be going, oh well, this is Highland dancing, but it's really not. Do you know what I mean? So, this is line dancing. I've actually gone away and researched all the different types of line dancing, all the different types of Highland dancing. So then we're doing things correctly.
Yeah.
Is there an element of that where it's kind of like you say, it wants to be correct and technically accurate, but like Rich has said, because you've got certain elements of the musical that are inherently parody or farcical, but also to make them understand that they're not meant to be good at this because they're not professional dancers. This is a village hall where the class is very much a farce.
Yeah, so when I first started and when we was looking at bits and bats, I actually said, think of who you are visiting the village hall. I was like, what is your character? So especially more for like your and breathe, so your yoga, it was like people looked at me as if to be like, you're expecting me to do yoga in time with music, and I was like, yeah. But I was like, you are visiting a village hall, not everyone is going to be perfect, so you need to envision your character. So if you do go wrong, or if you do look, if you can't do that move properly, then that's fine, because
all the better.
It's going to be different people, and there has been a lot of
lean into it.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of the times where I have changed or adapted choreography for the comedy aspect. One of my main things was making sure that everybody hit every corner.
Sure.
So there is a lot of the things where people pass through each other more often than not, and people are like, oh, what? I have to go this way and I have to go that way, but I think
because you're using the full space.
I think I've made it probably made it more complicated than it needed to be.
Yeah.
I'm sure the cast will be like, yep, she definitely did. It could have been a lot easier, but
I don't think it could have been better.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, if you've pushed the envelope and the result you can see on that stage, then we're done. That's it.
No, I have really pushed them, but I am quite happy with what I've done, actually.
I should hope so.
There's been so many numbers where I have to use half the stage because there's something else on at the other side.
Naturally, there's two cheerleading classes at the same time.
So, where you would use half the stage, but then you've also got to make sure everybody sees it because it's in the round. And then there's been situations where, especially like the end of Act 1, where, writer over here puts a tug of war in the middle of a routine.
Got to choreograph a battle in that.
But where you've got two sides.
Tug.
We'll have none of that. Thank God it's at the end of Act 1.
This big finish.
It climaxes beautifully.
Oh, dear me.
You agreed to come on.
So now you know what it's like.
So especially, having some kind of situation where you've got two separate things going on, but then we also then need to intertwine in some kind of battle, but then there's also swords and there's also art easels and let's just
swords and art easels
let's
never been said in the same sentence again.
All that, as well as fairy lights and whatever else that's going on.
Colin in a toga.
Colin in a toga. All the above, right?
Spoiler alert.
It's been crazy. So yes, I have had to use the director part of brain as well, as well as everything else. That was the main.
What are your highlights? I think not just of the show, but maybe of the rehearsals. What sticks out for you? Any characters you particularly like working with?
You know what? It's just been mental.
Yeah.
It's just been absolutely crazy. But it's been a good laugh. There's not been one rehearsal where we've laughed. Or don't get me wrong, there's always stressful parts and whatever. But there's always, everyone in Woodhouse is a good egg. Do you know what I mean? So there's always laughter. There's always, I suppose, the family element. So no, I can't say that there's my favourite.
No. Do you have a favourite moment?
I'm not gonna lie. Creating a dance about Bob and biscuits was.
There is that. Can I tell you my favourite?
That's just a bit of a.
Well, I'll give you my favourite bit of yours, which is it's right in the middle of the end of Act 1. And we've just had the Highland dancing. It's descended into war. And there is one moment where you've basically got every single person trying to beat in another person or failing. And it looks pure chaos.
Oh, yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And I don't know why it works, but I cannot wait to see an audience look at that and go, I've never seen that on stage before.
Yeah.
Ever. That's it? Brilliant. I'll go home happy now. That's original. Amazing.
those people that you were talking about would go, what is that? Like, that's a choreography. Is that really what she does for her job?
Yeah.
So, you know what? Like, I think anywhere you watch it from, you will get something from it differently.
Yeah.
Like you said, like we said before, like looking from above.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
And we've been very, very careful
Yes.
throughout the whole production to make sure it's seen properly from every single angle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So-
So no matter where you sit, you
No,
get a really great
that
view.
has been a big thing, like making sure, in all my numbers especially, like making sure that every single side has been used. There's not been one, you know, wherever you sit, you're not going to miss anything.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
that can't be said to be true for shows where you are where you've got a cross arch.
Yeah.
Because inevitably you miss the stuff that's going on at the back if you don't sit up top.
Yeah.
So
you always have somewhere where there's a restricted view.
that's right. With this,
Yeah.
I genuinely think
I don't
it's
think there will.
better.
Yeah.
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 I agree.
You're closer to the action as well. Very close to the action.
And on the topic of being very close to the
Yes.
action, I think now is a really good time for us to segue over to our little chat. So, do you want to go have a chat with Becky for a
think
bit?
I
And then we'll
will.
come back to Lauren?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, off you go then, Rich.
So here we are at the LBT, Huddersfield, and we're in the Attic Theatre. And today, of course, I'm talking to Becky. Becky Dash is really part of the foundations of the LBT at the moment. What's your current title, Becky?
Current title is Chief Executive Officer and Artistic Director.
Good
It's
gracious.
nice and snappy.
You were here for By George, and you saw that's inception. You've been on the panel, the audition panel for both shows. Are you finding similarities with the way they're selling?
Yeah, definitely. Ticket sales are really great. I think with By George, it was a bit of a shot in the dark for us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would people come? I know that lots of people know you through Woodhouse, and people obviously know Woodhouse, but with a brand new musical, you just don't know.
You can never be sure.
No, so I think, you know, going into Village Hall, it felt a bit more like we had that foundation at least to
Yeah.
build on. But it's been really great to see how people are so excited to see something brand new, I think.
Yeah, I think with the tickets as well, it followed the same pattern as George, in that there was that initial flurry of people who were dedicated theatre goers who were very, very excited to come and see a world premiere. And again, the Woodhouse name and the LBT's name being involved helped it. But then there was the usual, what we're going to call a summer slump, where people sort of think, oh, I'm not interested in the theatre because it's nice and warm outside. And
I'm not even thinking about anything after August.
No, and there aren't really the shows at the theatre over the summer. The Courtyard does a very successful programme, but people just don't want to be inside when it's warm.
Absolutely.
So now that the nights are drawing in, things have really started to pick up in terms of ticket sales. So it's looking very buoyant, I think.
I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And, you know, the cast absolutely deserve to have
They
a
do.
full auditorium to respond to.
I think so. The amount of effort they're putting in. Yeah. In terms of the way the theatre is going to be looking, James has set up the stage for how it's going to be in the round, and it changes the space entirely.
Completely.
Yeah.
I've been here, nearly 6 years now, and we've never done a show in the round in my time here. So just to walk into the auditorium yesterday and see it in that layout, it looks enormous.
It does.
And I think, it's really, really exciting to see it differently.
That's it, and it's great to enhance the depth of the theatre as well. I think people have been slightly put off by the fact that it is in the round. They've gone for their traditional seating, and of course there isn't enough of that to house everyone. So there's now the seating which is on the traditional stage, but I think people might have felt they might be a bit exposed there.
Yes, yeah.
And I don't think that's the case at all. Just looking at it, it seems just like the normal stalls, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's been difficult, hasn't it? Because, like I say, it's been so long since we did anything in the round. We've not been able to share, this is what it looks like. It's not scary. You're not on stage.
No.
But I'm definitely going to sit there. I think the opportunity to be able to watch a show and to see the theatre from that angle is super unusual.
That's right, and also it'll be dark.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're an audience member, you are deliberately put in the dark in order to make sure that the light is on the scene and make sure it's carried. So I hope a few more of those go.
Yeah.
It looks likely that they're going to have to, because everything else is pretty much selling out now, which is good to see. In terms of the audition process, did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It was a long day
It was.
because so many people wanted to be in it, which is wonderful. I thought it was great. You know, I'm not very often in those rooms. We only for Panto, really.
Yeah.
And obviously, I know a lot of the amateur performers from seeing them on stage, but not necessarily other than to sort of say hi to in the bar.
Yeah.
So it was really nice to be part of that process, and it was really difficult because the
standard was
the
high.
standard was so high,
And everyone came in thinking, I can get this, I can get this.
I'm really wanting it, I think, after seeing By George.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, if it's a known musical, you're almost replicating what you've seen before. You've seen the way that somebody plays that role. Whereas with this, you know, we saw people play things really differently, and that was like, oh, that's interesting.
Very
like
much so.
which way, and it must have been even more so for sort of.
For me and Maria, it was extraordinary. Just to watch the differences in the approach. I thought it was a remarkable day in that not only did we see everyone, we also cast everyone.
Yes.
Because you came back with us to the bar to be on the phones and see if everyone was gonna work. And there were some tough phone calls that day.
I think that was the really horrible part about auditioning, isn't it? That there were a lot of people that were brilliant, and you know, if you were to do it again with other people,
that's right.
So many people could have done those parts.
Yes, you feel we could have cast it sort of 5 times over.
Absolutely, yeah.
But the other issue was we had to do a cut-off for the amount of people that could actually fit on the stage. So the regulars, some of the regulars had to be omitted, not through any fault of their own, but because perhaps they didn't audition for the right person or didn't audition for the right piece. And we were very clear that what we had to do on the day was forget what they'd done in the past and just view people on the audition. And we've got first timers in there as well.
Yeah,
it's great.
which is really nice. And I think, you know, it feels like a Woodhouse show, but it's not just like you say, the usual faces that you would see necessarily. And hopefully, you know, that's a good thing for the society as well, that it brings new people into it through a different way.
And not just the society, but also with it being an LBT co-production,
Yeah.
you know, them filtering into the other societies too, and having that sort of bold feeling of, yes, I can do this, and yes, they can.
And, you know, to be able to give people the opportunity to be on that stage for the first time, like, it's one of the delights of this job, so.
Yeah. Any qualms about the themes of the musical? Are you happy with it?
I don't think so. I mean, it's bonkers, but I think, you know, after By George, I expected that. Yeah, I think it's going to be, it's that lovely mix of very silly, very funny, very chaotic, and absolutely heartbreaking in places.
Yeah, I mean, there were tears on the audition day, weren't there? And there still are. We did the first run through, we're filming this on the Wednesday. I watched the first full run through of both acts on the Monday. And I cried. I mean, it's that the ending is just a real sucker punch.
Yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing about it, is that you can come and have a great night out and laugh, but also you're going to go away and feel something.
Yeah, a bit of substance to it as well.
Absolutely.
I hope so. Well, I really look forward to it. Is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to seeing with it?
Well, I think seeing something in the round, definitely, but also for me, the thing I loved about By George and the things that you write is the female characters in it.
Yeah.
They're, you know, so meaty, and they're not just kind of glamour-puss characters. They have real substance to them. They're gritty and interesting, and the relationship between the women in the play, they're not just there to prop up the men.
No, I do hate that process, especially in films when you see an actor, I think they call it icing, when a female character dies just to facilitate the male response. I think that's horrible.
Yeah.
And you certainly don't get that in this.
No, not at all.
In fact, most of my men tend to be written in a very shallow way, very shallow. And the women really are the driving force. You've got 3 in particular in this one. In fact, 4, I would say. Joan and Jenny are the dinner lady, the lollipop lady, and they are the absolute fulcrum of the Village Hall experience. But then the 2 key parts are really played by Becky and by Paige, and that's Helen and Francis. And I think that their interrelationship and the fact that they bounce off each other so well on that stage is going to be I think it's going to be quite intimidating for an audience as well, because they're so close. The thing about In the Round is it puts you right at the centre of the show, and so hopefully people will feel very involved in that particular sparring round. Yeah. So coming away from this, have you any more plans to do things in the round? Have you any plans to do more premieres? You recently did a show that went to the Edinburgh Fringe.
We did, yeah, another new musical, which has been really nice. I think we always want to do more of that work.
Yeah. It's quite inspiring, isn't it?
It's really inspiring, and I think there's so much talent here that to be able to premiere things on that stage is what should be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and I think to be able, it's a really difficult time to make theatre.
Yeah.
So if there's ways in which we can help facilitate that to happen, then that's what we should be doing. And it's great for audiences, and it's exciting for us, you know. Often it feels like, we do over 300 shows a year, so it's get them in and get them out sometimes. So to have something here that's rehearsed here, that we were part of the audition process of, that's premiering here, feels really important.
Yeah.
Like a moment in the year, you know.
Yes, like a touchstone in the year to keep you sort of grounded as to.
Absolutely.
I can imagine it being. I mean, your job just involves so much, and also pulling in funding and trying to marshal all that.
I mean, I love it here.
Yeah.
This is a dreamy job. Sometimes it's stressful, but I get to come to work in this building with this team and be around people that are creative and that believe that theatre and live entertainment is really important, and I fundamentally believe that. I think it's the thing that helps you get out of bed in the morning. So the fact that I get to do that and it also pays the bills, is a pleasure, really.
Oh. Well, it's a pleasure for us to have you. Thank you so much for coming to do the podcast, Becky. And now back to me and Matt.
So that was Richard's chat with Becky at the LBT, and I think it's a good opportunity now. Now we've talked about the theatre, we've talked about where we're going to get tickets from. I think it's a good opportunity to put that lovely QR code.
You mean this one?
Yeah, just in front
Amazing.
of Lauren.
Yeah.
And what can you do if you scan that QR code, Rich?
Scan this QR code and it'll take you right through to the Lawrence Batley Theatre website. If you don't want to scan it, you can go to www.thelbt.org and you can snap up the last few tickets to the Village Hall premiere.
Excellent. And on that note,
Yeah.
I think what would be a really good idea is if we found out about, Lauren's favourite song in the show.
Go on then, you've got to spill it now, Dove.
I don't know. I've got so many favourites. I can't. Even though it's only a tiny one, and I always come back to it. That blooming Bourbon song, I can't. Creating, it's like 20 seconds, but creating a song.
Yes.
And a raunchy song.
Yes.
About Bourbons.
Yeah.
It's like, how?
Do
you know what I mean?
I don't know where
How?
it came from.
Yeah, you do.
I can tell
Yes,
you
you
exactly
do.
where it came from. It came from my brother eating bourbons. He'll be absolutely delighted that he has got a raunchy, sexy number out of the way he eats bourbon biscuits. And if you want to see that, then do check out that QR code.
How the hell do you even choreograph that? Did you spend a lot of time researching eating bourbon biscuits for yourself?
You know what? My all-time favourite, and I think my all-time favourite must be Text Me, 100%.
Text Me Sexy Dynamite.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous song that is.
Indeed it is.
I just adore it.
I think that it was quite nice to put together.
Yeah.
It's
a joyous song as well, isn't it?
It is.
And the way you've done it with the two of them just occasionally fleetingly meeting and all they're doing all throughout the whole thing is texting.
Yeah. The fact that they weren't allowed to see each other or, making sure I've also got a full line dance routine also being seen by all four sides and also, it was actually really enjoyable to put together. It was hard, absolutely rock hard to put together. But I would say that's my all-time favourite, I think.
over the last week, Maria and I have been looking at what amendments needed to be done on the script. They call it pink pages, where you throw occasional extra words, extra lines into something and modify the script slightly just to clarify what the plot is. We've realised how essential that's going to be because it's in the round as to people's language needs to be definite and when we need the emotional spots coming in. So that's been done this last week. So you can see, it's just like By George in that we're changing things up to the wire just to make sure that it's the right kind of show for people to see, and we really, really care about it. That's the important thing, isn't it? Yeah.
And on that note, I think we've come to a really nice conclusion there, where we really care about our bourbon biscuits. Right, thank you so much for joining us, Lauren. It's been absolutely fantastic to chat to you, and of course to Becky at the LBT as well. If you'd like to, what you can do is you can subscribe to this podcast by going onto Richard's YouTube channel, and that's Mr. Richard Sykes, and you can follow us along on our crazy adventures as we come towards the conclusion, the climax, if you will, of the Village Hall from Page to Stage. Yeah. But if you haven't seen the previous season, which was By George from Page to Stage, then why not go back and watch all of those? Or you can listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Or
see the whole show on YouTube if you like.
You can indeed. So, Rich, from me,
from you,
is ta-ta for now.
Thank you, Matt.
Goodbye.
Bye.
My name's Richard Sykes and I wrote The Village Hall. When you come to see The Village Hall, you'll find that you are immediately projected into Cheeley Village Hall, which is where the musical is set. It's set on a Saturday afternoon after a rather dismal start to the day, and suddenly everything is condensed into a 2-hour period. If you enjoyed my previous musical, By George, then it's the same team and we're doing exactly the same sort of idea. It's full, it's vibrant, and it's really, really funny.
My name is Becky and I play Frances Waring in the Village Hall. Frances is an absolutely joyous character to play because she's so incredibly complex. She is not the sort of person that you think she is when she comes onto the stage. They will see elements to her character that aren't particularly likeable. But as the show goes on, more and more things are revealed about her character that actually makes her incredibly human, flawed, fragile, and I absolutely adore her. The wonderful thing about it being a completely new musical is that we are creating these characters as we go. It's the first staging of it, so therefore you're not basing it on anything that anybody's ever seen before. There's no playbook at this point, so it's all really new. You have the opportunity to be able to actually put something of yourself into it. You see those moments when the light bulb goes on over Neil's head and he kind of goes, ooh, actually, could we just try this?
You have to come and see this musical. It's a premiere. It's a world premiere, and it's right here in Huddersfield at the brilliant Lawrence Batley Theatre. It's also in the round with a live orchestra. It's all action. This is supposed to be a chaotic musical. So it's something very fresh, something very original that no one will have seen anything like before. I can't believe we're getting to do it. It's brilliant.